Honestly, the new update that came out for Call of Duty Modern Warfare isn't that bad. I've actually been having a lot of fun experimenting with what's going on. The new LMG that's out, even though the challenge is a little ridiculous, you're supposed to get 3 kills from someone being near a smoke. You have to kill an enemy while they're near a smoke 3 times in one game, 15 times in 15 different games, which is very annoying if I were going to, have to do that on another map. But since they did put shoot the ship back into this game mode and I could just do it on shipment, it's very easy. So I'm not going to complain about that. It's a very aggressive challenge, but since, shipment's here, and you guys know shipment, all you need is like 2 people. You need to have double smokes, and you can already pretty much smoke half the dang map on shipment. Easy kills, easy challenge to complete. So the new LMG is a pretty new addition that I enjoy. And also they allow you to kind of Frankenstein your weapons around. So you can pretty much mix and match different variants of each weapon together. Not different variants from other weapons, but let's say you have more than one blueprint for the same gun. You can use different parts of those blueprints on the same gun instead of having to use, one single blueprint. That's very cool as well. Anything that's customizable or adds variety into the customization of Call of Duty Modern Warfare is usually a plus for me. I tend to really enjoy that type of stuff, and it keeps me interested in the video game. But here we are with the final thing that they did for Warzone, which I was extremely happy for, and I'm very excited to try it out. I haven't tried it out just yet. I've only tried it out to see if it's actually in the game and see what they did, which is why I'm making today's commentary. But I haven't got to play a full game of Warzone yet. Like I said, I've been trying to grind out this new LMG so I can get that and make a live comm for you guys. But they did something very cool. They added in a brand new challenge. I actually forget the name of the challenge, but it's a challenge that you go ahead and pick up, and it automatically respawns your teammates back in. You don't have to pay a price or anything. You just have to survive this bounty, basically. You put a bounty on your own head, which every single person in the lobby can see. I think that's awesome. It's very cool for aggressive players, and it's kind of a risk for reward type deal. If you don't have enough money to get your teammates back in, but you have a team of 3 there, and you just need one more player to make it that full 4-man, you might go ahead and be a little ballsy, pick up this challenge, and, the 3 of you defend off multiple enemies. And if you survive it, then you go ahead and you get your teammate back for free. And if you die, well, easy as that. You die, and whoever killed you gets the bounty that's on your head. But my issue with this whole thing is that they replaced the bounties, the regular bounties in this video game. It's hard for me to comprehend this because part of me is agreeing with it because it makes sense because they're both bounty types and you don't want just endless amounts of bounties going on, the whole Warzone match. You want a little variety. If you were able to put a bounty on your own head and then, other people could still get bounties on other people's heads, it's just going to be never-ending bounties going on. But the more the merrier, in my personal opinion. It was no need to have to remove the original bounty. I thought it was perfectly fine where it was. I thought it was definitely fun and very enjoyable for a lot of players, including myself. Me and my friends always do bounties. That's the first thing that we do when we start getting bored. We loot up, we get our custom classes. If it's no enemies near us, the first thing that we want to do is get a bounty so we can get some action. That's just how you find stuff. But now the only way you can find action is if you pick up this new style bounty, which puts a bounty on your own head, which is kind of useless because if you have your full team, you don't need that bounty. You're not getting a reward for it. I don't think you're getting money for this bounty. You're just reviving your dead teammate if you survive the bounty. And that's the only way you can get a little action. And if you win the bounty, then you get really nothing for it if all your teammates are alive. I think this is stupid. This is so insanely ridiculous that Infinity Ward would do this in this game. And I don't understand their just their thought pattern when it comes to designing Call of Duty games. They want to remove stuff and add stuff, remove stuff, add stuff, remove stuff, add. It's a constant cycle of messing around with your video game. What happened to consistency? What happened to, hopping onto your video game and expecting the same type of sauce every single time? Now, the game modes I can understand here and there. It does definitely add some variety into the game modes, even though I wish they would keep stuff like Cranked, and I wish they would keep Shoot the Ship and, Cabin Fever. I wish these things would stay in the video game. But I can understand where they're coming from, trying to keep things fresh and not, having to come into the game seeing the same thing every single time. You can always go to Quick Play and play Team Deathmatch, Domination, Headquarters. You could do that stuff whenever you want, but these special, event game modes are once in a while, and they come and go when Infinity Ward pleases. So it kind of keeps the community active with the game. Personally, I just wish they would keep them in because, like I said, I don't care for them removing stuff 24/7. In this title, it's very obnoxious. And back to the main point of this topic, they shouldn't have removed the bounties from this game. That's how you get aggressive gameplay. That's how you have a little fun in the beginning of the game, and maybe a little during mid-game when things are slow and boring and people are camping and they're waiting for zone to move in and you want some action. That's how you find action. You pick up a bounty and you go find the enemy that's marked with the bounty. They didn't need to remove that. There was no need to remove that. And I don't know why these developers always have the need to remove everything that's in their video games. I just don't understand the thought process or the mindsets of these individual developers and why they're going about doing these things these ways. It's like, it's not just Infinity Ward. It's everybody. It's Treyarch. It's EA DICE. It's Apex Legends, Fortnite. All these games, the developers they need to constantly put their fingers in it and mess around with the formula. It boggles my mind because nothing was ever wrong with certain things in this game. Like, for example, this game, it was nothing wrong with the bounties being in the game, but they just removed it. They just said, screw it, we're taking it out of the game. Battlefield 5, there was nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with the time to kill in that video game. But guess what they did? They changed the time to kill so many times that it took until the end of its life cycle to get it right. It took almost a year to make them get the time to kill right because they completely screwed it up because they felt the need to change something in their game when it didn't need to be changed in the first place. Apex Legends, they add in solos, they remove solos. They add in solos, they remove solos. I don't understand the purpose behind this. I'm a solo player when I want to enjoy it. And it's not like Call of Duty where you get different options to be a solo player, you know. At least in Warzone, if they only have trios, I can still go ahead and play Team Deathmatch. I can go play Dominate. I can play the multiplayer experience. But in Apex Legends, the only experience you get is Battle Royale. You know, so I don't want to be forced in with trios every single time, with randoms who don't use their mics, who don't communicate, and just are complete doo-doo. They don't want to work with you at all. I don't want to be partied up with these players. But they keep teasing you. They bring back solos, they remove it. They bring it back, they remove it. I don't understand the purpose of this. Even Fortnite runs into specific issues. I don't keep up to date with Fortnite that often. It's not one of my favorite games to play. I usually try to stay away from that stuff, but there's tons and tons of different updates and changes. I have one of my friends that I used to go to school with, and he's constantly on Twitter complaining about this game and how they're changing everything and ruining everything. It's not the same as it used to be, and it used to be amazing, but they just couldn't keep it the way it was. They had to change something. They had to, do something to their game. What is going on with these developers? When in this God-given world did these developers think that they need to change everything in their video games? Like I said, it used to be a time where they didn't change anything in these video games. You purchased the game, that's it. Call of Duty 4, World at War, old school Battlefield titles. It's a bunch of old school titles that I can name. I'm not going to go too deep into it because, like I said, my commentaries are live. They're right off the top of my head. It's not like I have a list of games right in front of me that I can list off. But you get the point. When you buy a $60 game back then, that's what you got. That's what you're stuck with. If you don't like it, go sell it. If you like it, there you go. You're going to enjoy that game until they decide to put another one out. But nowadays, like I said, I understand they have to keep things fresh. They need to add new camos, new guns, new maps. They need to keep the content coming to basically keep people coming back so they can spend more money. Blah, 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 whatever. I understand the whole business scheme, but they don't have to change the game mechanics. The game mechanics are fine. So Infinity Ward, put the bounty back in. I mean, it's in solos, clearly, because, you don't have any teammates to revive back with the other contract, so it's kind of pointless to put the new contract in solos. So they just kept bounty. But obviously, if bounty's still in solo, then bounty is obviously still in the game, so just put it back. Just put it back in squads and trios. Stop doing useless stuff that not a single person in the universe asked for. Nobody in the world asked for the red dots to not be on the minimap. Nobody in the world asked for you to take dead silence away from us. Nobody asked for this nonsense, but for some reason these developers just feel so entitled that they have to change it themselves and, make the new next big thing for their video game. Just stop it. Stop it. Please. Please, that's all I ask. Just stop. That's it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's commentary. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you hated it, by all means, you can always dislike it. And also, don't forget to go down into the comments section and let me know your personal opinions about this whole topic here, and let me know what you feel about the bounties being taken out of Warzone. Like I said, it was something that I enjoyed, something that I really loved to do. I had a blast doing it. I don't know why they had to do this, man. It's going to change up the flow of the game for sure. And it's going to make hunting people a lot more complex and more irritating. Like I said, I do like the new contract. I think it's cool that you can get your teammates back by surviving a large amount of money bounty that's on your head that everybody in the lobby can see. I like that. But is it worth, replacing bounty? I just don't know. But guys, if you want to chat with me, you can always follow me on Twitter as well. That's at JbowenDaMan. And also, if you want to catch me live stream, I do that over on Twitch at JbowenDaMan. Thank you guys for checking out this commentary, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.